Before Constantine, Christians kept the seventh-day Sabbath. Before the dawn of cathedrals and towering church steeples, before the edicts of emperors and the decrees of popes, the Sabbath was honored by the followers of Christ. They gathered not on the first day of the week, but on the seventh, the same Sabbath kept by their Master, Jesus Christ, and his apostles. But you have been told a lie. You have been told that Sunday worship is an unbroken tradition stretching back to the apostles. Is that true? Let history be our witness. Look at the writings of the early church fathers. In Acts 13:42-44, it is written that Paul preached to the Gentiles on the Sabbath, and they begged him to speak to them the next Sabbath, not Sunday, not the first day of the week. These were Gentiles, unconverted Greeks and Romans, not Jews bound by tradition. If the Sabbath were abolished, why would Paul keep it with the Gentiles? The early church fathers wrote of Sabbath gatherings. Polycarp, a disciple of John the Apostle, kept the Sabbath as a day of rest and worship. Ignatius, in his letters, spoke of the Sabbath observance among the followers of Christ. The Didache, the earliest known church manual, refers to meetings on the seventh day. This was not a whisper of tradition. It was a roar of truth that resounded through the ages. Yet the world tells you that Constantine changed it all. And indeed, he did. In AD 321, the Emperor Constantine, a sun worshipper who had not yet fully embraced Christianity, declared that Sunday, the venerable day of the sun, would be a day of rest for the empire. He did not consult the apostles, nor did he open the scriptures. Instead, he merged the customs of sun worship with Christianity, and the world followed blindly. But I ask you, who gave Constantine the authority to change God's commandment? Who gave the Roman Empire the right to rewrite the eternal law of the Creator? Did Jesus change the Sabbath? No. He kept it, honored it, and proclaimed himself the Lord of the Sabbath. Mark 2:28. Did Paul, the apostle to the Gentiles, abandon the seventh day? No. He preached in the synagogues on the Sabbath. Acts 13:42-44. In fact, the Gentiles begged to hear more the next Sabbath. Not Sunday, not the first day. So why then do you worship on Sunday? Is it because of Christ or because of Constantine? Do you follow the tradition of men or the commandment of God? The Council of Laodicea in AD 364 decreed that Christians must not Judaize by resting on the Sabbath, but must work on that day and rest instead on Sunday. It was here, not in the scriptures, that Sunday became the established day of worship for the Roman Church. Canon 29 declared it with authority, but not God's authority. It was the authority of man, steeped in tradition, designed to separate the Church from its Jewish roots and align it with the power of Rome. But the Word of God remains unbroken. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Exodus 28. Before Constantine, before councils, before corruption, the Sabbath was kept by all who followed the Son of God. The apostles honored it. The Gentile believers kept it. It was the Lord's day, sanctified and blessed from the foundation of the world. And I ask you now, will you continue to follow Constantine, or will you return to the commandment of your Creator? Will you choose the tradition of men over the law of God? The time is coming when this question will demand an answer, and neutrality will no longer be an option. Will you obey God or man?